You know, Houston ISD students are counting down the days until the end of their first school year under state control. We're marking the occasion with an original documentary premiering tonight here on KPRC 2+ that tells their story like you haven't seen before. Our Candace Burns is here with us this morning with a sneak peek of that documentary called Takeover. And I understand it's a culmination of the exclusive access that you've been given as Fleming Middle School has adopted this new education school system format.
First, can I please say thank you to Fleming for allowing us that access, because without them, we would not be able to tell these stories. And some of the teachers and principal, the principal, Mr. Adams, they had to be vulnerable. They had to share things as they were going through changes that were uncertain for everybody.
Uncomfortable.
Right. Yeah. Very much so. So we wanted to do this documentary because in last June, when the state decided that it was officially taking over the Houston Independent School District, we recognized that this was a very big story, that it was going to impact so many people, so many students, so many communities connected to these schools. And we wanted to have the opportunity to show what was happening from the perspective of teachers, students, administrators who were going through these changes. So what we did was we took our camera. We chose Fleming because a lot of people say, why Fleming? We chose Fleming because of the demographics at the school and because traditionally many of those students go on to Phyllis Wheatley High School. And for those of you who've been following the story,
that's
you know
Phyllis
Wheatley, yes, was the target of the TEA because of the academic performance for consecutive years at that high school. So we felt like this was a good school to go to because of those factors. And we just wanted to be able to show, we didn't know what the changes would look like. Nobody did. And if we weren't allowed the access into that classroom, nobody would have been able to see that exclusive look at what the new education system looked like. And that was our whole purpose. What does it look like and how are these kids impacted by it? Because more importantly, it's the kids,
it's
that's what
about
matters.
the children.
And that's what we wanted to do with this documentary. And we're so thankful for the stories that the teachers and the students and the principal shared with us.
Yeah, it's that impact, it's that change that inspired this documentary.
And we know that everybody's experience is different. It depends on what your administration looks like on your campus. It depends on what your there's so many factors that matter. Do also want to point out that this documentary is not an examination of the new education system. This documentary, this film, is about the stories of the people at Fleming who had to go through the changes and how they experienced the challenges and how they had victories in certain places and just their whole experience with the new education system.
What conclusions have been drawn here? No, I don't want to ask, obviously not from the documentary because the documentary hasn't premiered yet. It debuts tonight. But what conclusions from your experience, from your reporting, being embedded in this school district, being within this community, talking to students, talking to parents, talking to staff and faculty members, what conclusions are being drawn at this point?
I think, if I'm understanding your question correctly, the district, the community, Fleming even, is split. Yeah. There are people who think that the structure works, and there are people who say, no, this is not the way. And we share all of those stories. We explore all of it because that's the reality of what we're seeing. But we also look at data in this documentary, and we look at from the beginning of the school year until the last time we were able to see the data and the difference that it has made. Because more importantly, yes, everybody has an opinion, but what does the data say?
Yeah. What are we seeing in the facts?
At least for now, because this year the data says this, next year it might say something else, but this is what we saw this year while we were at Fleming.
Okay, I think we have a sneak peek of this documentary.
Yeah. One of the controversial parts of the NES system was the team centers, and this is one of the pieces that we explored through the learning coach who works in the team center.
Guys, as you come in, Mr. Alton, I saw y'all sneak by me. Gentlemen, we're gonna try something today. Come on in. Grab a pencil pouch. Just pick one. It's got a number on it.
This is our team center. So the team center is where the students go after they finish the demonstration of learning.
Find the corresponding desk. Grab a pencil pouch, find the corresponding desk.
And they go in there to receive enrichment from the learning coach.
If you do not have a pencil pouch, come grab one. Every pencil pouch got a number, every desk got a number. Find your desk and the number that matches and take a seat.
They've already demonstrated that they have the ability to complete or master the concept. Now they're going into the team center to stretch their learning.
Nice try. You pick, not me. That's okay. No, you found it. Nope. You pick. No, but no, thank you, but no. No, thank you. Look, I didn't pick your desk. And then all y'all get upset, Mr. Rendon, why'd you move me? Why'd you put me over here? Well, it's not me. You pick.
It could be a critical thinking piece. It could be something that where they have to analyze or synthesize, but it's a stretch of whatever the concept is being taught in the classroom for that day.
Let's get started. All right, my name is Randolph Rendon, and I'm the 6th grade learning coach here at Fleming. Our main goal here as the learning coach in the team center is for students who come in, come in, get their work done. And so that way, this teacher doesn't have to worry about missing any one particular student, not having to slow down for, worried about slowing down for students that may need that more individualized help, and then slowing down a student that already is grasping that concept and then has to wait.
You basically go to the team center, and then they also put another timer on you to finish your work, and they hand you with this big passage and you don't get to it. They pressure you down saying if you don't finish the question, you basically got a 0. I don't want to go ahead and do another type of DOL after I just finished the DOL, because I feel like that's basically already proven how much I've learned.
The one thing I would like people to know is that it is not a detention center. This is a positive classroom. This is to help further students' learning and education.
So there we've heard from students, we've heard from faculty and staff members. We just heard from that gentleman who said this is not a detention center.
Yeah, and that's just a piece of it, because the stories even go even more personally. We walk along with the teacher and learn why she chose HISD, and we talk to a student who loves his school. We talk to community members. It goes even deeper.
Yeah, I understand in addition to the documentary debuting tonight, there's also going to be an opportunity for live Q&A with the audience.
I think this is very important because the district is expanding the new education system next year. More campuses will be incorporating this curriculum, and so that means there are more parents, there are more teachers, there are more administrators and students who have these anxieties, these uncertainties. And so we will have a conversation with the people, some of the people featured in this film, some of the teachers, some of the principal, and they have been through the process. And so this is an opportunity for people who have concerns, who have questions, to get those questions answered from people who have actually been through the process, the questions that you have yourself, that you've been thinking on, you've been sitting on, and you can hear it from a person who's been in the classroom, who's been in the school.
And this will focus on looking forward as we move ahead under
the challenges,
this,
the progress, the real experience that somebody went through, and because this had never been done before. So there were uncertainties going into this, but nobody really knew. And now there are people who've been through this for one school year who can answer some of those questions while everything is still changing. There's still a lot of a lot of things unknown, but at least you can hear from somebody who's been through it.
I'm not sure if you have the answer to this question. Are we embedding with Fleming next year, or
that is our goal?
That is our
because
goal.
When you see the story, my hope, Zach, is that people see Fleming, that they see that there are teachers here who really care, even under the circumstances, that there are really smart kids here that really love their school, who love their community members who lived in this community for decades, and they love this school, and they love the Fifth Ward, and they want what's best for this school. And so I hope that people take that away, and then you become so connected to these people that you want to see them again next year, right?
Of course. I know it's cliche, but we always say it takes a village, and this certainly is an example of that. Really quick, as we wrap up this conversation, before we move on, I want to say, so the premiere is tonight at the Deluxe Theater. If you're not able to attend it in person, you can watch it right here on KPRC 2+, and then of course you can participate in that Q&A right from the comfort of your own home.
Yes, send in your questions. We will be taking those questions and presenting them to the panelists. So yes, if you have questions, come on, send them in. You can go to our website, clicktohouston.com, and learn more information. I hope I'm not stealing.
No, perfect. You summed it up beautifully. If you have any of those questions you want answered, just send them, as Candace just mentioned, in at clicktohouston.com. We appreciate it. Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Candace.
Zach.